Hello, everybody. This is Donna Anderson, author of lovefraud.com. And today I'm with Joan Cloth-Zenard. Joan has a master's degree in marriage and family therapy, and she is also an ADA advocate and has lots of other qualifications. And Joan is going to be presenting a webinar for Love Fraud entitled Proving Parental Alienation in Court. So welcome, Joan. It's so good to see you.
Hi, thank you. It's great to meet you in person, finally.
Oh, okay, terrific. So we want to talk a little bit about the program that you're going to be offering. First of all, what exactly is parental alienation?
It is a form of psychological abuse where one parent deliberately impedes the relationship between the children and the other parent, absent any true abuse.
Wow, okay. And what are some examples of alienating behavior?
Refusing to comply with court orders for visitation, blocking medical information, blocking educational information, turning the children to hate and fear the other parent, asking others to do their abuse and abuse that parent, using agencies to abuse that parent by filing false allegations, and using the courts to abuse the other parent with legal abuse syndrome.
Wow. And that also applies often to family members of the parent that's being alienated?
Yes. Grandparents become affected, uncles, aunts, everybody, because some families are blended. So children from another previous marriage or second marriage or third marriage, in my case, are being, also alienated, and it is traumatizing.
Yeah, wow. So why is it so difficult to stop a parent from engaging in alienating behavior?
Basically, you're working with somebody who has a personality disorder, bordering on sociopathic, pathological. And the reality is they really don't understand that what they're doing is wrong. They have a lack of empathy and compassion because this is the way they were raised. So if I were to explain it to you, I would say this person, it was 99% of alienators were abused as children, whether physically, sexually, or psychologically. This is the only thing they know. They don't know any other way. If your whole life you're taught to walk backwards and you get in the real world and everybody else is walking forwards, well, everybody else has to be wrong, because if they're not, then your whole life is a lie. And these people have been raised to believe that they have to be perfect, because if they're not perfect, then they're not lovable. If they're not lovable, then they're abandoned. If they're abandoned, they're alone, and this terrifies them. Thus, they cannot go to counseling, because in order to go to counseling, they have to admit that they have a problem, or they're going because they're going to prove that they're the perfect parent, or they're going and they're just going to sit there and not say a word.
Wow. So what are parents going to learn in your webinar, and how will it help them?
Okay, so some of the things that parents are going to learn, obviously, is what is parental alienation, how to do a proper chronology, because this is so important to showing a pattern of behavior, how to preserve that evidence and your records, protecting yourself from false allegations. I can't tell you how important that one is alone. 99% of all alienation cases have at least one attempt at a false allegation of abuse and neglect. And that, unfortunately, is a big issue, and why we're having such a problem, because all this money and resources and time that's being spent on these false allegations are taking away the money and resources and time needed for true victims. It should be a crime, but the problem is our caseworkers are not properly trained. So they don't really know how to properly recognize psychological abuse and false allegations of physical or sexual abuse. I have many cases of false allegations. In one case, a father ended up in jail for a year before his ex-wife admitted that the way he got him jailed was every time the toddler girls came home from daddy's house, she would put them in the bathtub and rub their private parts till they were red and raw, took a picture of it, and this is what she used. This is why protecting yourself from false allegations is absolutely a must.
Okay. All right. Well, it sounds like this is going to be very informative, and obviously you're very passionate on this topic and really want to help people. So I'm looking forward to the webinar, and I think it will be terrific.
Thank you. Yes, and don't forget, we do have a couple more things that you'll be learning.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Joan. We'll see you then.
You're welcome. Bye.